Hello everyone, hello, hope you're doing okay. Chocolo here, but not for a, well, it is for a video review actually, it's for a live review of Korean products. Yes, not reviewing South Korea itself. I always say this, don't I, when I do these country exclusives. But basically, yeah, reviewing Korean products, basically sent very kindly by Rick as well, who regular viewer of the channel, you might recognise him. But thank you so much, Rick, thank you so much. Yes. Hi, Korean Snacks, I didn't vote this week. Hi there, Scott, hope you're doing alright? Yeah, hope you're doing okay. Yeah, basically, well, it's one of those, isn't it? But yes, but if you don't know what Scott is referring to, basically in the communities tab, or just generally, I think in the live feed on your YouTube application or whatever on your phone, YouTube app, it will give you a little poll basically every week that I do. Usually I do it on Thursday, Friday, basically about what to review live. And there's three choices this week: a Danish special, a French special, and a South Korean special as well. And the Korean one won. Yeah, so so no worries, Scotty, no worries. I think one of those. I think next week I might mix it up a bit more as well. So there we go. We'll see. Out and about. Well, hope you have a good time, Scotty. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Great to see you. I'm sure I'll see you again later as well. I know you like to be out and about on Saturdays. But yeah, so got a good selection of stuff. Basically, you know, first of all, I'm sorry about Stash Watch midweek. Really, got to say that. Really, it just was one of those where just wasn't able to get back in time. I had delays on the train, stuff like this. Caused a few problems, this, that, and the other, but it's just the way it goes, isn't it? So the trains being the trains, what have you. But there we are. But anyway, Stash Watch will be back to normal next week. It's quite convenient as well in a way because it means I can catch up on stuff I've not yet reviewed from previous Stash Watches, so it kind of works out in a way. But I do like to try and keep consistent with them, really, so I do apologise for that. So I've still got plenty of stuff really. This time it's sort of I've got enough for another Korean special actually. Rick sent me so much stuff that I've got I've still got enough for probably maybe one, maybe even two more, I don't know, so we'll see. I'll probably do some more in the future, I think. So what to start with? Well, I've got all sorts really, literally all sorts. You know, let's obviously what's the best one to start with, I think. Might start with something a bit... I've just got a big pile on the left of me, that's why I'm looking away. Let's have a look. Let's try... Right, this one here now. No, let's see. Let's try this one. No, sure, it looks very interesting. This one. Let's have a look. Reminds me from appearance. I don't think it is anything like it, but that sort of old Echo bar. I think it's the Fox's Echo bar, wasn't it? You know, one of those. It's been some time. Hi there, Joe. How's things going for you today? Hope you're doing all right. Great to see you. Sorry about just apologise for Stash Watch midweek, by the way, if you did turn up. I did put a post about it. I couldn't do a video in time for it, basically. But I do apologise, Joe. I know you regularly appear for that, so hopefully you saw the post in the communities tab. But yeah, I'm not doing too bad, thank you. How are you doing today, Joe? How are you doing? Hope you're doing all right. Yes, no worries. Oh, thanks, Joe. Thank you so much. Yeah, hopefully, yeah. Did you see the community post, Joe? Don't worry if I'm not, if you didn't, that was yeah. I'm hoping that they're a bit more viewable or accessible for people, but I don't know. The communities tab's a bit of a pain, really. But yes, I don't know what the end goes. Anything goes. I don't know. I don't know what this one's really called. End goes. I don't know if that's something that's when pronounced or something, well, basically in Korean means something, I don't know. But there we go. Strange how it's got the expiration date on top of the title of it as well. It's very weird, that, isn't it? But anyway, yeah. So obviously I might have some trouble. In fact, look at this. It seems to have, is that Arabic on the side? Can I get it to focus in? Will it focus in? There could be a bit of an import into Korea, this one, maybe. Interesting that. The writing is very small as to what it actually is. I mean, that's zoomed in quite far. There we go. So a bit difficult one to read, this one, has to be said. I really want you to know what it is. I can't even begin to. I've got a little I do have a little pocket magnifying glass here, so I can kind of do my little impression of the emoji. Let's see. Here we go. Yep. So cocoa biscuits with cream filling, bitter compound chocolate, it says. So it's a bit of a strange translation. It does have palm oil in it. Let's see. Saying something where I've got to get a magnifying glass out to view what it actually is. Although my eyesight's not the best, I do admit, but even so, I can't see any calorie information on it. Let's see. There might be some, but I can't see it. Well, there we go. Maybe it's hidden away underneath. There we go. Got something going on here. Let's see if this is a bit more useful. Yes. I don't know if you click on the communities tab. Yeah, I think if you view it on your phone, it shows you, but it doesn't show you normally, basically. So it's a bit of a pain, really. Yeah, so apologies for that. It should notify you as well, basically. But yeah, it's quite useful. It's got a light on it as well. When you push it out even further, you get a light coming out as well. So it's quite useful. Yes. Yeah, hi, Rick. You had to vote this week. I thought you might have done. Yeah. Could do you for some translations as well, maybe as well. So that's quite good that you've turned up. But yeah, thank you, Rick. Good to see you, by the way. Thanks so much for all this. you can see there. Again, it's quite, you know, it's just, yeah, I can't quite work out the calories and things on that, unfortunately. But I can work out the fat. Oh no, 205 calories it says there. A 40-gram bar. That's probably the extent of what I can easily work out. But at least we got that much, so that's not too bad. It looks a nice one, it looks a nice one. Yes, the Scotty's gone adventuring, yes. Usually does on a Saturday. Yes, usually does on a Saturday. And this one isn't Korean. Yeah, I thought it wasn't actually. I was just saying a minute ago, I had like some Arabic writing. It looked like it was going to be a bit of an imported one. So we got a... it does have Korean, what I assume to be Korean writing anyway on it. There we go, so... yeah, it looks like it is a Korean... maybe it's imported into Korea. So presumably it is a bar that's eaten in Korea, though, I assume. So we can kind of get away with it, maybe. We can kind of get away with it. But there we go. Okay, so got a bit of a... there we go, a little old... camera down there so you can see it there. It reminds me a bit of a dice, that one, or a die rather. Yes. Joe's having lunch. I dread to think what it'll be this week, Joe. What are we having this week? It's either 5 tons of peanut butter or crazy animal offcuts, I think. So yeah. Yeah, Korean for the locals. I see. Okay, well, it looks an interesting one. It does look an interesting. I've not seen it before. So we're starting off with a bit of a controversial one here. May or may not be Korean, but let's have a see. Looks like it's dark chocolate with some kind of creamy centre. But it looks very nice, actually. Look at that. Yeah, looks an interesting one. Just on the bigger camera, there you can see. Get a bit of context. Smells interesting smell actually. I don't know quite. Interesting smell. It's not a horrible smell. It's just interesting. I'm not quite sure what it smells like. Yes. Just some meat aside. Okay, all right. So nothing too extravagant this week. Okay, not smothered in peanut butter or anything like that. Okay, so we got the measurement here. The measurement tool. Let's give it a go. So measure it. Measure at the bottom. It's wider at the bottom than it is at the top. To move the. Okay, there we go. So it's about 11.5 centimeters. But at the top, that's at the bottom. But at the top, it's more like 11.1. So there's about 4 millimeters there. Width at the bottom, about 1.9. Width at the top, roughly. To 1.6, so there's 3 millimeters at the top. And height altogether, there's a bit of wavy bits at the top. 1.7, 1.76, 1.8 almost. So it looks very nice. This one, I say, interesting smell. I feel I've smelled it somewhere before this. I can't think what it is. Save the peanut butter for tonight, I see. All this. Have you got through that 5 kilograms of peanut butter yet? By the way, I'm trying to think. I think it's coconut. You know, I think and I could be biased there because, well, influenced because it does perhaps look like it might have coconut in the middle. I'm not sure, but don't know. Anyway, let's give it a bit of a chop. Got the old trusty knife here, so let's give it a bit of a chop. Quite a tough bar. Well, certainly interesting. I say it did remind me of the old Echo bar in a way. You can see there. I don't know. It just seems to be like quite creamy. Actually, looks very interesting. This one. Very nice. See the camera below is a bit not quite as bright as the one above. Let it focus in a bit. There we go. Look at that. Looks interesting, this one, doesn't it? It does look a nice one. Okay, yeah. Well, if we need to give this one a taste, I'm quite excited about this one, actually. I think this looks pretty good. So, as I say, reminds me of the old sort of Echo bar in a way, the way it looked like it. I think the Fox's Echo bar. Let's give it a taste. Interesting. It's very much like biting something solid. You don't really get much of there's cream on the top, but when I bit it, it was kind of like a solid chocolate at the bottom. Very interesting creamy taste. It's like a sort of non-milk based cream sort of middle or something like that. I think it's quite solid to touch, but it liquefies in the mouth. The bottom it's quite crunchy as well. Very interesting, this one. I mean, the taste is quite unusual taste. Doesn't really taste much like dark chocolate or anything like that, but I guess it probably possibly is. I mean, the description was a bit vague, wasn't it? I mean, what did it say? It didn't really call it dark chocolate. It called it something like bitter compound chocolate. Yeah, whatever that is. This is cocoa biscuits with cream filling. Definitely an interesting one. This one, I quite like this. It's just unusual. It's an unusual one. There's crunchy bits in the cream, but you can't really taste them. It's like a cookies and cream top. But it doesn't really taste like that. It doesn't taste anything like Oreo or anything normal, like, you know, well, not normal, but anything you normally would have tasted. It's cookies and cream, or normal cookies and cream, I think is what I was getting at. Very interesting. I feel like it's a really good product, but I feel like the taste isn't quite there, if you know what I mean. I feel like the different textures are there, but I feel like the flavours are a bit sort of, I don't know, not quite right in some way, but yes, I quite like it. I say it quite liquefies quite well. For the top, they have a bit of a crunchy biscuit bottom, and that cookie centre in the cream. So I say you've got that sort of different set of textures. You don't really taste anything that's like dark chocolate at all. I guess it's bitter compound chocolate, so I guess you could maybe describe it as dark milk, I don't know, but it does come across as obviously not very milky, but it doesn't come across as dry or rich or anything like that, like you might expect dark chocolate to. Very unusual product. It's almost a bit like a sort of fondant as well, that cream. It almost comes across almost a bit like a sort of more dry cream, fondant cream almost. Very strange product, very interesting. Quite like it really, but more not really because of the taste. It does have a sort of, the more I'm tasting it, the more I'm thinking it does come across slightly as Oreo, but with a bit different as well. I'm quite interested in this one. I quite like it. I think for me, you know, it's 4 out of 5. I think it's just quite quirky and quite interesting. I do think it's quite unusual, and I really am quite a big fan of it. Oh, hello there, Tracy. Great to see you. Great to see you. Oh, thank you so much. I think you're almost single-handedly supporting the channel at the moment. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. That's a disservice to the members, of course, because they really are helping out a lot, actually. But you are really contributing a lot. So thank you so much, Tracy. Great to see you, by the way. I hope you're doing all right. Very good to see you. And good hippo action there as well. I think it's from Turkey. I see. Well, I've not seen it before, and it's a very interesting bar. I quite like it. It does have Arabic on the side, so that does possibly it does corroborate what you're saying there. I haven't seen. It's quite small text on it. I can't really see it at all. But yeah. Well, there you go. Does that say? Well, there you go. Turkish there on the left there. Suitable for Turkish food codex, I think it says. Interesting description. But yeah, it's a very interesting one. Very hard to describe. A bit like an Oreo in a chocolate bar, but with a slightly different taste. A bit more of less about the biscuit, more about sort of like a chocolate. But yeah, one of those. Yes, thanks for all your support, by the way. Thanks very much, Tracy, for your support recently. It's been very, very, very much appreciated. And I must say a thanks to all the members as well, really, for keeping the channel what it is, really. So thank you so much. And Rick as well, of course, for sending me all these things. I mean, that's massively appreciated also. We've got a really good set of people supporting the channel, so it's really massively appreciated, actually. I must say, you know, one of those where there are channels with billions of subscribers. And I've said this before, obviously we don't have that here really, but we do have a nice close-knit community, and it's very nice, actually. So very much appreciated. Oh. That's what I was thinking, but not Oreo taste. Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? Yeah, have you had it yourself, Rick? Did you actually try it? Yeah, it's a weird one. It's a very strange one, isn't it? You know, it's kind of got don't know, quite it's unusual. Yeah, it's very hard to just pinpoint what it really is. It's very strange. Yeah, it's sort of like Oreo but not, chocolate but not, and cream but not. It's very weird, but it's very nice. And it's I feel like if it just had a bit more quality taste, it might be a bit higher, but it's still really interesting. Works very well together. Yeah, I was very happy with that. Oh, thank you very much, Tracy. That's very nice. Very nice of you to say. That's really lovely. Thank you. And thank you again for your support there. Massively appreciated. So thank you so much. Oh yeah, it's up your street. Yes, your street. Yes, but I couldn't rate it at 4, maybe 3.75. See. Unfortunately, I don't have the graphics to go to go that detailed, unfortunately. But I know what you mean. Yeah, I think it would be a bit of a disservice really to sort of go too close to a 3. I think so. I can see what you're saying there. I feel like it is better than it needs to be sort of emphasised that it is quite a distinct bar. But it's like you said, it's just not quite got that sort of X factor really. But I feel like a 3.5 would just be a bit too low for it. So I've kind of given it the benefit of the doubt there and gone a bit higher. But it's very interesting. I would enjoy just sitting down and eating that. That's for sure. Very interesting. But yes, what else we got? Well, we've got some What do we think? Yeah, I had loads of it. You sent me so much stuff. I did have a load to go through. Well, I had to pick. So I was saying before, there's probably enough for another Korean video actually. So let's have a see. Let's try these ones. Let's do a bit different. So here we go. We've got these. Here we are. So I can't pronounce what that is in any way, shape, or form. Can't even guess, to be honest with you. Very stylized lady on the front there, I think. But maybe it's meant to be a Spanish lady. I'm not sure because they are churros basically. There you go. I think we can guess that much. Choco churros. There we go. Let's say 30 grams, 80 grams, 426 calories. There we are. That look very interesting. So basically, like sort of, obviously not actual churros, but definitely some on there. I don't think they are anyway, but actually something based on them. Look very interesting indeed. Yes. What's new today? Did you wait in line for the Queen? No, basically not. No, Rick. No, I didn't. I think they were queuing all the way back up to Manchester from London, I think. So it was very. It was a very long queue. It has to be said. I think it was like 16-hour long queue or something in the end. And people, you know, I think it's like an experience for people. It's not my, you know. I don't know. Some people like to be part of it, don't they? I think is the gist of it. And I'm quite happy to watch it from afar. I think is the gist of it really. But yeah, but it's very interesting to see all the people come out. Very nice to see. One of those. I mean, there's one comedian that said they could have had 2 coffins out there and cut the queue in half. You know, and you know, to an extent, I gotta see where he's coming from there. But there we are. But nonetheless, it's an experience, isn't it? And I think it kind of brings a lot of people together. So there's swings and roundabouts for it. But I think 16 hours for it would be a bit much for me. But I can see that some people, you know, yeah, would really enjoy that. So I'll get something out of it at least. Enjoy is probably not the right word, but appreciate the experience, I think. You're in Stoke-on-Trent, Tracy. I see, not too far away. No, not too far away. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yes, that's interesting. Yeah, I didn't realise that. I don't know why. Yeah, I never really asked where you were from before, Tracy. Yes. How's it going in Stoke? Not too bad. What is a Stoke? I see. It's a place. Yeah, Stoke. It's a place. Stoke-on-Trent. Trent's a river, basically. Yeah. So it's in the north. It's northwest, isn't it? Relatively, Tracy. Yeah, not too far away from Manchester, basically. A bit further south, I think. I think on the way, I'm sure. Is it a bit further south? I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. It's rubbish, okay. Not the ideal place to live then. Well, you know, it's one of them, I'm sure. Yeah, what's in Stoke? Is it like about an industrial town? I think it's industrial, isn't it? Most northwest towns are quite industrial, really. I don't know what Stoke was famous for, what have you, but yeah. 40 mins, not too far away at all. There we go, yeah. I think, I'm sure the train from London comes back and stops at Stoke. I'm sure it does. I think it does, yeah. Oatcakes, there we go. I say, okay, that's it, is it? Oatcakes. Not a bad thing to be famous for, though. I think I definitely, you know, I think Stockport, where I'm originally from, is hats. So I think oatcakes, I think, is a bit more enjoyable. I think, yeah, that's true. It certainly tastes better. Oh, hi there, Andrew. Good to see you. I found you watching Catch Up. Have you seen Asda's new own brand stuff? What else? I know you were mentioning the white chocolate. What else has gone on? Anything new? You have to post some pictures in Discord if you see any if you're out to Asda. But anyway, the white chocolate churros. Yes. Let's have a look. See, there we are. There we go. See it down there below. I used to move the camera up and down basically, but I stopped doing that now. Maybe I could make this one a bit bigger, I don't know. But anyway, we'll get another camera or something like that. Could have all sorts of cameras, couldn't I, really? Let's give this one an open. Possibly a Spanish lady on the top, I'm not sure. Don't know, with a churro cap. Possibly. Okay, let's do a bit of an open. Let's see if I can open it. Let's, the problem is I don't want to see. Oh, there we go. There we are. Okay. Looks pretty good. So a little, look a bit like, could be a cereal this, you know. A very cocoa-y smell. Very churro-y cocoa-y smell, actually. I think it does, yeah. I wonder if they are literally churros that have been, what's it called? I don't know. Toughened up, I think, for a sort of packet. I just forgot to show the back, by the way. So you can see here, 30 grams, 156 calories per 30 grams. I think the whole pack is 80 grams. Very interesting there. As I can't quite tell what's fat and what isn't there. Not too sure, but possibly work it out maybe. There we go. Interesting. Obviously, I can't really tell you what any of that is. Maybe Rick can. I don't know. Rick can really, but I think the gist of it is because it's Churros. So there we are. Yes. They're doing lemon Jaffa cakes and strawberry Jaffa cakes and milk, white and dark copies of Cadbury fingers. Oh yeah, I remember mentioning the fingers. Yeah, and chocolate orange bourbon biscuits. They do pretty good, Asda. I mean, a couple of 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, they really, well, at least the one near me. I'm thinking a few of them actually. They really revamped their sweet section, which I was very impressed with. And now they've done all this. You know, they've just had more stuff, and now they're doing this as well. So that's quite good. Interesting. You know, these look very nice. These, Rick, actually, I must say. So obviously, so quite a few here. I don't know. Should we pour them out? Let's see how many we've got, shall we? There we go. Quite a few. Do I count these? What do you reckon? The rest of it's just a bit of all crumbly bits. These look very good, actually. These look very Moorish. They do smell like churros as well, so there's one in here. Let's see, I don't normally count things like this. The rest of it's just, you know, you can see bits and bobs in there. But let's give them a count. Why not? You know what I'm like. That's 10. So there's some of them a bit broken. We'll try to cater for those. There you go. 20, 25, 30. Just be quite rough about it. 35. About 35, 30, about 36, 37 basically. So interesting there. Quite a lot of them there. Look quite nice. Give them a bit of a close up as well, so you can see what they're like. Of cameras. These are like wavy shenanigans going on there. There's no real chocolate centery as such. I guess there might be, but seem to be quite hollow there, don't they? Whereas if I look at them on the front, there seems I got the impression they were kind of filled with chocolate. But it doesn't seem to be quite as full in reality. Yeah, they seem to be very hollow, these, don't they? But they still look nice. They still look nice. Yes. You think the shape is like a turtle shell? It is a bit, actually, isn't it? It is a bit. Yeah, it is a bit, really. You can see there. I don't know what else I was trying to say, but heavier, maybe. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure what can be implied from that, but there we go. But there we are. But yeah, they do look very interesting. These look very nice. Let's give them a bit of a measuring, shall we? They all seem to be roughly the same shape. Well, roughly, you know. Let's give them a bit of a measure. The width about 2.6. Height, it's a bit wavy, so it's going to be very rough. This about 1.6. Anything else I didn't do? 2.35. Yes. The character at the top is a turtle. Oh yeah, so he's saying it does have a bit of an odd look to the face, I must say. Yeah, so he could be right there. Does have a bit of a turtle face, actually, it has to be said, but definitely looks to be in the style of a Spanish person. But that face does look a bit turtly, I must say. So I did think it was a bit of a strange artistic style, but yeah, I think you're right there, Rick. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. Yes, interesting. All right, let's give them a bit of a taste. They look very interesting. Did they come across as having a bit of a sort of chocolate feel to them, as if they have got chocolate in them? But when I was looking at them, I was saying you can't really see it, so I don't know. But I think on the outside they feel a bit that way. Maybe we'll give one a bit of a. Also, we've got bits that came off before, so you can see there's no real chocolate on this. They do smell like churros. All right, let's give one a go. Let's see. Obviously very crunchy. They're obviously sort of imbued, I think, with sort of chocolate powder, I guess. If it is imbued the right term. They feel like they've been sort of, I'll say, well, I guess they are coated, really, aren't they? They're coated with a kind of, cocoa powder as such, but it feels a bit, it does feel a bit sort of, not damp, but a bit moist, maybe. These are actually pretty good. They're very dry though, they're not very liquid, there's no sort of chocolate in them that I can really get other than, the coating. I think we'll put if there's a little bit of chocolate inside them, just sort of liquefy it, on the tongue. I think there might be, I don't know if there is really, I was thinking there might be, but I don't know. You do get a bit of a cinnamon taste to them. Overall, these are pretty good. A bit crunchy. As I say, I think they're missing a bit of a liquid chocolate to them. Really. It'd be nice if in the waves in the centre they had a bit of chocolate in there or something. And you have a bit of a cinnamon taste, but not loads. It's not enough to sort of overpower it. It's just there to give the sort of taste of it being a churro, basically. Interesting. I think these are pretty well done, to be honest with you. I think they'll say the fact that they're not ridiculously cinnamony. I'm just packing them in the bag, that's why you can packing them away. Actually works pretty well, and they're quite moreish as well. I keep wanting more. Very easy to eat. Very easy to eat. Dropping bits on the floor. Yes. I think they're supposed to be more of a chip, a crisp. Yeah. They're very good. They do come across that way. I think they definitely would suit being more chocolatey, though, I would say. But as you say, they're not meant to be, you know, more of a sort of crisp style thing. I think they're really nice, actually, though, really, these. So just create loads of crumbs, that's the only problem. Loads of crumbs. But they're really nice, these ones, actually. I'm very happy with these. I think for me, like Rick says, they're meant to probably be a bit more, not meant to be too moist. But I think they definitely benefit from being that. I think if they just had a bit more of an actual chocolate in them. Because they all seem to be coated, you definitely get a feel of something on the outside, you know. But I'd say you probably would get that with crisps as well, wouldn't you, really? I think these are pretty good. I think if they did have a chocolate in the middle, I think you'd be talking a 5 out of 5. Just a little layer of chocolate, you know, just something. But nonetheless, they're still really good. I think for me, they're another 4 out of 5. These are very tasty. Very, very nice, those. And they come across as a churro-y taste as well, with the slight cinnamon taste, and not much of a cinnamon taste, but just enough to work well with the cocoa powder, whatever it is on it as well. Lovely crunch also. Very nice, those. Almost a bit cereal-like, though. I could imagine pouring milk on them and having them as a cereal, and probably go very soggy very quickly, but if you eat them quick enough, I think they'll be very nice, actually. Yeah. Lovely. No, not too bad there. Good couple of products there, Rick. Very happy with those. Very happy indeed. So what have we got next? Well, so let's try... Got a couple of these Snowball ones here as well. We'll try the... let's try this one first. Why not? Yes. Does it say today Snowball? That's very nice as well. We've had a few like this, haven't we, Rick, that from Korea. They do a few with this sort of style. Now this might not be... is this actually Korean as well? I guess it's sold in Korea, isn't it? But it looks like it might not be a Korean product. I wonder if there's a bit of a... I don't know if it's a Turkish one again, but interesting. This one's Turkey too. Yeah, is there a bit of a Turkey thing going on in or is it a Turkish shop that you got them from? Very interesting, as I say. Don't really, you know, interesting again, because still don't see these in the UK that much. But again, I can't really. It's very difficult to read all that on the camera. I've just got to hold it just right to do it, and it's all very sort of, you know, very small writing. 228 calories per 50 grams. I assume it's a 50 gram thing all in all. It's very nice. Some shenanigans on the back. Yes. Yeah, just want you to picture yourself. Koreans aren't really eating those ones specifically. Yeah, an interesting one though. Very interesting. Yeah. Let's see. I'll have to get the old. Let's see the old magnifying glass out to see if there's anything of interest on here. Let's see. Just a load of ingredients. There's palm oil in there, basically. Titanium dioxide as well. All sorts in here. May contain traces of soy. May contain pork fat, it says. Oh no, none of our products contain pork fat. Okay, that's going to say for for something from Turkey. But yeah, there we go. All right, that makes sense. Okay. Yes, you like this one? It does look very nice, doesn't it? It does look very good indeed. This one, very yeah, it does look very good indeed. Let's have a look. Video capture. Right, let's have a see. Okay, well, a bit of a. See a bit of damage there, but so looks very interesting, doesn't it? Look at that! Wow, looks very nice. There's a nice little design to it. Hello, Scarlett. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing all right. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, it looks pretty good. This one, I think you can easily see. It looks quite. It's quite dark beige colour to it. We can see there what's on the inside there. Give it a bit of measure as well. Again, let's have a go. Let's see. So we'll do the height. About 3.85. Can I show you? Yeah, there we go. And the width at the bottom. Some good ones here, Rick. Has to be said 6.6. Obviously at the top it's a dome, so it's not going to be. We'll give it a rough measurement, but it's very rough. This, yeah, not really, almost not worth the bother, but 5.5 roughly. Let's give it a bit of a chop then. So it does have cream in the middle, so it looks like it's going to be quite interesting. A bit of a, it does have a bit of a tacky feel to it, but that's not unusual for a cake type product. Let's see. Okay, well, so you can see there, probably not the amount of cream you'd be hoping for, I don't think. It's fair to say, based on the picture on the front. Not too bad, but let's have a look. But definitely not quite the the filled with cream look that I was expecting, that's for sure. But nonetheless, it's not unusual that. But yeah, you can see there, very small amount of cream there. Not too bad. It was quite nice. The other one is coffee flavour, you say. It does look like, well, that should be interesting. I'm very excited for that then. I quite like, oh yeah, it does say coffee there. Yeah, I'll give this one a go in a second. They look very, with coffee. Yeah, it does look just like chocolate, but that should be quite nice. And it's got sprinkles on the top as well. A bit different. What's this? Does it actually have a Snowball, isn't it? Okay. Does it actually say what it is? I don't think it really says, does it? I mean, even in the description here, it didn't really say. It just says cake. Cake. There we go. That's what it is. All right. Well, I think you can see basically it's sort of probably a vanilla sponge with a cream in the middle. So let's give it a bit of a taste. Yes. Yeah, it could have more cream for sure. Well, they usually are like this, and it's like, we were talking about injecting cream and stuff. They probably injected it at the bottom and then covered over it, so it's probably been injected underneath. Can't quite see, so that's probably how it happened. So that's probably why it doesn't go very far in. But it's typical with these kind of things, isn't it? They always like that. You try to eat on the cream centre, you're the cream of last bite. Yeah, one of my friends is a bit like you, Rick. Yes, they were saying that they do things like this. Honestly, quite nice though. I must admit, I kind of tempted to do that kind of thing as well. Let's give it a bit of a go. Some of the cream could have seeped into the sponge, of course. You can see the sponge is a bit more dense around the centre, so the cream could have seeped in a bit. We might be doing a bit of a disservice, but let's give it a bit of a taste. Or maybe not. Very sweet, actually. Very interesting flavour, this. It's very interesting. It has, it's like the fondant around the outside. It's quite a distinct flavour. I'm not sure that's flavoured like, really. It just tastes quite nice. Didn't get much of a cream taste from it. It's quite soft. It's a bit like a sort of, I'm not really sure what you'd call this, really. Just interesting cake. It's got the sponge is quite normal. There's not much of a taste to the sponge, but it's nice enough. And the cream's again quite subtle, but again nice enough. And I think the outer sort of fondant is very interesting. It's got a distinct taste to it, but I'm not really sure what the flavour is really. It's just like a sort of, I don't really know. Give it another try. Let's see. Interesting. Very interesting flavours, these ones. They're quite sort of, as I say, quite vanilla-y, I think you'd say. I think they're quite that way inclined with. The sponge is quite not got a massive taste to it. The cream's not got a massive taste to it, but have a bit of a subtleness to them. It's quite nice, quite good consistency and textures. Really, I feel like the taste is mainly in the fondant around the outside, and it kind of comes across as a sort of like a vanilla-y taste. Yeah. Yes, I think it's the outside coating that caught my taste. But I think so, definitely. Yeah, it's definitely the main taste, but the rest of it kind of just complements it quite well. It's quite an interesting cake, this one. I don't think it's going to blow your socks off. I think it's one of those where everything's quite subtle, but it just generally works quite well together. It's got a bit of heft to it, but it's quite light sponge at the same time, quite airy. If that makes any sense. It's quite a big cake, but definitely feels quite delicate when you eat it, to an extent, anyway. I think this one's not bad. I feel like it's probably not quite as distinct and not quite as good as the other two products. I think it's a bit more. I don't know. I feel like there's a bit of heft to it and a bit of. It does work quite well together. I feel like it's not bad as a product, but I feel like it's not quite more than the sum of its parts, but it definitely, you know, individually I think the components are not great, as in there's nothing too distinct about them, but overall together they're different textures and a slight different taste in the outer fondant kind of work together with it to bring it up a bit. So I think for me, it's a 3.5 out of 5. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt, say 3.5 out of 5 for that one, just above average really. So it's not bad at all. That interesting, but I think if anything, it's more a 3 than a 4, that's for sure. But not bad at all. Not bad at all. Let's try the coffee one now. Yes, I'm quite intrigued for this one. I quite like coffee as a flavour generally. So you can see here. There we go. Another today one. New, this one apparently as well. New. I don't think oh, the other one was labelled as new actually. I think, or was it now? New, yes, this is another new one. Okay, today Snowball with coffee. So it's very distinctly different, this one, doesn't it? It's not the same at all. Chocolate sponge by the looks of it. Still possibly got the same coating, but with presumably a chocolate dusting of chocolate pieces. Interesting. Well, there it says Snowball cake with coffee and coconut. Alright, there we go. So what does this other one say? I didn't see that. Snowball cake with milk cream. Okay. So we've got coconut in this one. Don't know. Interesting that. I don't know where the coconut is then, so that's quite interesting. Got on the back there, 224 calories per 50 grams. That's quite good. Yes. Beautiful picture on the package. Yeah, hi there, Joe. Hope you're doing alright. Hope you enjoyed your tea, your dinner. Yeah, it looks very nice, this one, doesn't it? Yes. It's very good, this one. Let's give it a bit of an open then, shall we? Yeah, let's have a look. Let's see. Okay. Oh wow, looks very nice. If I can show you, just let me get it out. There we go. Look at that. Interesting there. Looks a bit sort of poppy seedy at first, but it's obviously. Well, I don't believe it's poppy seed, but it's wow, there's a lovely coffee smell coming from it. Very strong coffee smell. Yeah, look at that. Looks very nice. I'd say it looks a bit poppy seedy. You know, when you get close, it's. I don't really know what it is actually. I assume it's chocolate sprinkles, but who knows? Maybe not. Maybe coffee sprinkles. I'm not sure. Interesting. Yeah. Just like the picture so far. Yeah, I think you're right there, Joe. I think you're right. So you can see there. I think it's a good enough representation, that. It's squished on top, but I think that's possibly because it was in a box full of stuff. So yes, one of those. I'll give it a quick measure. There we go. That's okay. All right. So let's see. Width about 6.9. I can't quite remember what the other one was, but I assume it's roughly the same. A bit domed at the bottom. This one you can kind of see squished in a bit. But you can probably see where it's been injected with cream at the bottom there. I think that's roughly where it would have been. I think anyway. I can't remember what I did then. Did I do the width? I think I did, didn't I? Do the height. Roughly about 3.35. Maybe 3.25. Can be a bit difficult to do. So we've got there. Apologies for that. And what width have I not done? I think it's slight one at the top. There we go. Roughly, very rough, 6 centimeters there. These are the 7-Eleven. I see we don't have that company, those sort of shops in the UK. Yeah, interesting that, you know. Yeah, interesting. Okay, look, a good one, these ones, I must say. Quite happy with these. Let's give it a bit of a cut. See if it looks, continues that look of looking just like it did. Interesting. Obviously, a bit squished, so I think we're, you know, it's going to be difficult for it to replicate perfectly because it was a bit, and of course, cutting it squishes it a bit. But you can see lots of cream actually, not really the sort of dome look that it's got, but definitely a lot more cream in that one than the other one. A bit of a tire, well, not quite tire dress, square treadmill look to it or whatever on the bottom, a conveyor belt. That's pretty good. There's a coffee smell. There's the other side. Not too bad, as I say, a bit scrushed, but yeah, overall not bad. The bottom camera is a bit darker than the other one, but yeah. I think there's a good amount of cream in there. It looks pretty good, that. Yes. Koreans didn't buy them, just bought a whole box of 12, I see. So you finished off the others, did you? Yeah. What did you think then, Rick? Did you like them? Let's give this a taste. I'll just turn off the other video thingy bob. There we go. Let's give it a taste. So it feels a bit more solid, this one, the top. You'd think it would peel off all this stuff, but it doesn't. You know, you can. Well, it might come off slightly, but it's very much embedded into it. These sort of, chocolatey looking bits. Let's give it a go. Hmm. Hmm. Wow. Hmm. Very interesting. Hmm. Definitely not coconut. I think these bits are actually coconut bits. I don't know how they're black or whatever rather than white, but they are actually coconut bits, and they do look a bit coconutty. I feel like that texture of the coconut doesn't really suit it, to be honest with you. Which is a bit strange, but yeah, I don't think it does. I feel like it's if it was chocolate bits, like dark chocolate shavings, I think that would work a lot better. It definitely comes across a bit drier. The sponge is definitely drier in this one. Possibly it needs a bit more cream. I think it's okay though. So you do get a bit of a bitterness to it, a bit of a coffiness to the sponge almost. The sponge kind of does, it's not. It does seem to sort of not liquefy in the mouth, but it definitely goes moist when you eat it. And just come across a bit coffee-like. It's quite a subtle coffiness, but it's not bad. Yeah, not bad. Maybe 3.75 to 4 for you. Yes. You're probably quite right there, to be honest with you, Rick. I feel like these ones are pretty good, but I feel like they're perhaps a bit too dry. They're showing the expiry. I think they taste okay. They're still in date, I think. Can't find it actually. I'm not sure either. But I think they seemed okay. Yeah, the 10th October. So yeah, they're still in date. Yeah, so you can see there. Yeah. Not bad at all. Yeah, they're pretty good, these ones. I feel they're quite nice. I feel like they come across quite coffee-like, quite bitter. I feel like they're a bit drier than the other one, and I think the coconut's a bit out of place. I don't know why there's coconut on these ones, and I don't know why it's coloured blacky. I feel like it should just be a dark chocolate coating or a dark chocolate dusting on the top. I think that would have worked a lot better with the coffee. So I think that's my only sort of thing about these ones, really. I feel like it's a bit, a strange inclusion to have that coconut. I don't think it works quite right, really. You prefer the vanilla one, do you? Yeah. I quite like these ones as well, though. I just feel like they've just not quite got the recipe right. I feel I'll say that coconut's a bit out of place. Strange that, and it doesn't look like coconut either, with it being, I don't know, dyed brown or whatever, or black. It's a strange one. So I think for me that one, yeah, that's if that was dark chocolate dusting on the top, I think this one would definitely get half a mark. Well, at least half a mark more, probably a whole mark more. I quite like it. I quite like that coffee taste. I quite like the sponge in this one actually. I think it's quite nice. I feel like even though it's quite a bit of a drier chocolatey sponge, it actually, in theory, could be a dry chocolatey sponge. It doesn't come across that way actually. And it's moist enough actually. But when you eat it. So swings around us this one, difficult one. I feel like again, yeah, it's like say it's between a 3.5 and a 4. Oh dear, I want to say a 4, but I feel like it's just got. I don't know. It's just a bit too dry, and I think it's just a bit odd to have that coconut. So for those reasons, I think I'm going to bring it back a bit and give it a 3.5 out of 5. But it's almost there. It's almost there, really. It's just some odd decisions in making that one, but it's still very nice. It's a lovely experience, and it definitely is quite distinct and quite coffee-like, and I quite like that. I enjoyed that one, but just odd to have that coconut. Really out of place, that I think, and it doesn't do it any. It doesn't do anything for it. That having that coconut there, it's really out of place, and it just doesn't work at all. So, bit of a shame that one, but still pretty good. But definitely odd with that coconut. I feel like and I'm not the biggest coconut fan of it. I will admit that, but I feel like I can appreciate it, and it definitely wasn't in place there. Definitely needs some tweaking. Yes, I need some tweaking. If it's just because of lack of chocolate making skills in a lot of Asia, Southeast Asia, etc. Is it not really a thing over there? Is it chocolate? Strange, not really, but it's not too bad other than that. I think, to be honest with you, I feel like it was pretty good. As I say, maybe if it had chocolate on, it would definitely lift it up instead of the coconut. But I feel like if it just didn't have the coconut, it would probably be better, even if they just left that off. You had nothing there, yeah. But yeah, like you say, maybe just the aversion to chocolate maybe was the problem. which is a shame that, because it was, other than that, it was pretty good. That I enjoyed that one. Yeah, very nice. Did you have all 12? Did you say, Enrico? Did you get 12 of each? Well, all 11 of each. Very interesting, yeah. Okay, so what else we've got? Let's see, we've got this one here, which you've labelled an old school Korean choc bar. Okay, yes, so let's have a see. So, well, I can't even begin to pronounce that one again. Is it upside down? It might be. I'm not sure. I think it was upside down. There we go. Well, it's got 295 calories in it anyway. That much we can tell. And free of something. Three different. I assume it's got 3 different segments. It looks a bit like a Mars bar. Peanut or Snickers actually. A bit Snickers-like. Is this the Korean Snickers, Rick? Is that what it is? High tie there. Got some interesting. I love the graphics they have on these. You know, like there. Get in touch. Looks like there's 3 bars. Very much making a big thing of this 3 bar thing. 295 calories per 60 grams. I think that's presumably the whole thing. So it's 3 times 20, I imagine. Very interesting. There's a lot more Korean on the bottom there. So yeah, interesting. Yes, Nestle, Cadbury, Mars are kind of the global standard in my opinion. Some Hershey's also. Yeah, I think you're probably right there. Yes. The people own them. Unfortunately, yeah, Cadbury owned by Mondelez basically, so I guess it's technically Mondelez nowadays. But yeah, I know what you mean. Hi there, Egg. How's things going for you today? Hope you're doing alright. Yes, you're doing alright. I saw you on Call of Duty now. Is that what you've moved on to? Is that the new Modern Warfare 2, I think it is it? Modern Warfare 2 remake they've done. Not sure now, I'm a bit behind on it. I knew there was something coming out. Yeah, Snickers knockoff, yes. Looks an interesting one though. Definitely looks an interesting one. Let's give it a bit of a try. At least we've got a bar for this one. Yeah, just playing the beta. Is that all the beta? Is that the single player one then, is it? Or is it multiplayer? Or both? Pretty fun, yeah. I played them back in the day. I've not played them since really. I kind of stopped with the old Call of Duties. I used to play them quite a lot, but I went into Battlefield a bit. I used to quite enjoy it. Battlefield 3 was the one I really got addicted to. But then since then I kind of never quite got into them as much. Long time ago, Battlefield 3 now. I can't believe it. Multiplayer beta, okay, yes, or beta. I would say beta, but I know people say beta. Yeah. I've not played a Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 1 remastered 2019. Yeah, I never even played the remaster. I think I had it. I've got to the point now where I just don't have enough time that I used to. So I'm getting all these games on Game Pass and PlayStation Plus or whatever it was at the time. And I just can't get around to playing them, unfortunately. I really need to. I just need to do it. But I kind of get, I don't know. I'm not in it at the moment. I need to kind of get back to it, really. Yeah, it's a shame. Yes, was a Wii Remaster alright? Gaming channel, yes. What's a POG? I should probably know that, shouldn't I? What's a POG? What's that? That's something I should know. Maybe I should. And from the Medal of Honor generation. I see Medal of Honor. That was quite something. Was that 2001, Joe? Was that Medal of Honor? The last one, well, the main one they did. The that sort of set the scene, didn't it? Medal of Honor, that one with the invasion of Normandy, where they had that big scene from like Saving Private Ryan. I think that kind of kick-started the cinematic look to it all. Ah, okay, means hype, does it? Ah, right, I see. That's one that's gone past me, yes. You can tell I'm not with it anymore. Yeah, I see. Gaming channel hype, yes. I need to get that gaming channel done. Well, I do have it kind of going, but I'm just not consistently in it at the moment. Once I get it consistently on there, like at least 2 videos a week or something, you know. Yeah, good times. Yeah, Medal of Honor. That one disappeared, hasn't it? Medal of Honor used to be a big one, but Call of Duty just wiped it out, I think. It's actually an emote on Twitch. Yeah, I tried to do Twitch a bit, you know. Did do a bit of twitching, but yeah, basically, I don't know. It's a pain with basically you can with Twitch actually, but with YouTube you go into like before you go live, you've got the option of just being live but not actually clicking the live button. But with Twitch, I think unless you use a third-party bit of software, you can't do that. You probably can if you mess about, but I don't know. Yeah, I tried to do a bit of gaming on Twitch, but don't know, it didn't really take off really, you know. Good question. Play on PS1, PS2. Yeah, I think PS2 was. Yeah, I remember the last one. I think GameCube had it. I played it last actually. I think, believe it or not. I want to say Genesis and Super Nintendo era. Yeah, well, me too, really. Yes, I do have a Super Nintendo. The Mega Drive was the Genesis in the UK. Yeah. Yes, played lots of SNES and Genesis on my old PC. Yeah, I've still got my Super Nintendo. I remember I was going to get a Mega Drive, the Genesis, but I've just played Zelda on my friend's Game Boy. And that's what made me get a Super Nintendo, a SNES in the end. Didn't look back actually. I love the Zelda games. Still love them to this day. Game Pass is amazing, I must say. There's some games where I bought them and still not got around to playing with them, and they'll come out on Game Pass. And now I've got to the point where I'm thinking, well, is it really worth me ever buying games anymore? Because they just, it's really good Game Pass actually. I must say, I'm not affiliated with Game Pass in any way, shape, or form, but it's a really good service. Yeah, really good. You get some. I mean, you might not get new games straight away sometimes, but usually within a couple of months, games that cost like £40 or dollars will be on Game Pass. Sometimes straight away though. Yeah. Yes, Deathloop, yeah, that's one that's just come out. I was going to buy that and I didn't, and I'm glad I didn't now. And Slime Rancher is one Slime Rancher 2. I'm going to download that after this actually as well. That's one I'm going to try and stream, I think. Remember when the Game Boy Color came out? It was a big deal, yeah. I remember that as well, yeah, all the Link's Awakening DX on that one, yeah. I had a Game Gear as well. Do you remember the Game Gear? I had a Game Gear. Yeah, I like that. I liked the Game Gear actually. You need to use 6 AA batteries it needed. I think it's about 2 gigabytes, not too big Slime Rancher. Definitely was like 30, yeah. I've already downloaded. I'll leave it overnight downloading basically. Yeah, I've downloaded. Whether I'll get around to playing it, I don't know. I want to play, but I've literally got about 20 games in the backlog. Well, I've got loads of games in the backlog. I've got games I've never even opened for the Xbox 360, I think. It's just getting ridiculous, You just I just don't have the time anymore, fortunately. I used to be able to stay up all night and things, but I just can't. Well, I don't know. I've got out of the habit of doing it. It's just early access with a lot of content to come. Yeah, the first one's meant to be very good, wasn't it? So I want to get into it. I feel like I'm going to get into that, and then I can experience the updates as they come and things, maybe. Yeah, well, I need to do that. Need to do that for sure. Yeah, on my list. That's what I need to get on, I think. But yes, let's give this one open. Snickers knockoff from Korea. Let's have a look. Got a few. They made a big thing of the 3 bar things. So it feels quite dry, this, It does feel quite dry. It smells very peanutty. Joe would be a fan of this one. Yeah. Remember there's an attachment with a light with a lights burnt night on the Game Boy. Yeah, there was. I had it for the Game Boy Advance, I think, which had no backlight, which was rubbish. It came with no backlight, so you couldn't see it unless you were holding it at certain angles. It was stupid. And I had a light adapter for that as well. You had a magnifying glass for the Game Boy, didn't you? I think it might have been the same thing, actually. Magnifying glass with a light. I'd watch. It's chill games you can read and chat at the same time. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Meg. Thank you. I'll have to try and. It's just doing it live's a bit of I don't know. I'm kind of pre-recording it at the moment with my YouTube stuff. Maybe I should go live a bit more. Yeah. Don't know. It's just a pain with Twitch and everything. There's too many. The one thing with YouTube, it's a bit easier to search for things. People can find it from searching. That's the one thing. You can kind of with Twitch, but yeah. The screen was greenish and dark, yes. It had that weird colour, didn't it, the Game Boy? And Pokemon as well. I remember Pokemon was the first one on that. Can you believe that long ago? Yeah. Here we go. So you got these quite dry, these actually. I must say they feel quite dry and powdery, but they smell very peanutty. Interesting, these ones. Yeah, I'd say these would definitely be up there Rick Street for sure. Yeah, I do like. I'll say I really want to get into the game because I quite like game. It's quite easy to do as well. I quite enjoy it. But it's like you're saying, Egg, you kind of want ones that are quite relaxing to play and to watch. I think they make the best streams usually. I know some people do quite like COD and stuff, but it's like, if you play something quite relaxing like Stardew Valley or Slime Rancher or something, from what you've said, 4.6. It depends on what you're after, really, doesn't it? But I feel like the other games are they've got the market, people are already playing them, aren't they? So it's difficult. 4.2 from the top. And the width. Quite looking forward to the Stardew Valley. What's it called? What's it called? Hotel Haunted Chocolatier or something. I can't remember what it's called now. But it sounds up my street for sure. 2.7 at the top. And at the bottom, a 2.8. There we go. Yeah, you'd love Tokyo. They have tons of new and used consoles and handhelds for sale. Yeah. I love the Super Nintendo. I actually had a Commodore Amiga, which I think is quite specific to maybe the US and mostly the UK, I think. It was basically a 16-bit computer, really. But it was amazing, it was. It had such a good graphic style and things. It was lovely. It was a really good games console, computer, really. It had a keyboard, a bit like... but, just all the old point-and-click games. Just had some great games, like Lemmings and all this, that and the other, Just really good games console it was, or games computer. Really liked it. Yeah, I really did like it. I think people send them back and refurbs. Yeah, you can probably get like lots of emulators now, can't you, as well? So it's very hard to, unless you're a real collector. It's just unfortunate. I don't, you need one of those old CRT TVs, don't you, nowadays, to play them, because they won't play on. Well, they might, I've got an adapter for my computer actually that I can plug in, a SCART adapter, so it might be all right actually. We did that for VHS transfers. Interesting, yeah. Let's give us a bit of a cut. Let's see. Quite a tough one, this one. Let's look at that. So you can see the caramel is very solid and not very thick at the top. Look at that caramel. It's very weird, that, isn't it? It's an unusual one, this one. Has to be said. You can see the peanuts there and the nougat. But I say the caramel is very strange. Let's cut it down the centre so we can see if the caramel's just been smudged down a bit. But no, I don't think it has. See there. And I cut with the caramel. Very thin layer of caramel, not very runny. Quite solid. Yeah, not sure. Does look a bit knockoffy, has to be said. People get lots of arcade machines now, don't they, as well? Arcade machines and pinball machines and stuff like that, which look great as well. I'd love to have a full-size pinball machine, even though I never really liked pinball. Just the idea of having one would be a lovely one, but I imagine it costs quite a lot of money. An arcade machine would be good as well. Yeah. All right, let's give this a bit of a taste then. Let's see. I'm a bit unsure about this one. But you never know, it could be really nice. But it does smell peanuts, it has a good peanutty smell. Let's see. Quite chewy. Quite chewy. The chocolate on the outside is very it's very dry. It does feel like a poor man's Snickers, basically. It's basically one of those. I think that sums it up in a nutshell, really, to be honest with you. It's very dry. It's quite chewy, which is quite like what I like about Snickers, but I don't think in a particularly good way. You're not really getting much of peanuts either. There's not really big chunks of peanuts in there, even though there was. You could see the peanuts, but it seems to not really come across very well. I don't know why that is. Very strange. It's strange, this one. I think it's quite easy to sum this one without going into too much detail with it. It's just basically a very poor Snickers, basically. It's too dry. It's got the chew, but it's not got the consistency quite right other than that, really. The chocolate doesn't really taste very good. You don't eat this one. Maybe twice, yeah. It's not a great one, this one. It's just a very poor Snickers, basically, Rick. I'll say that it's quite chewy, but there's no real. Snickers has quite a distinct nougat taste, and it's quite nice. And I like a Snickers, even though I'm not a big peanut fan. I like Snickers. I like the chewiness. I like the texture of it. But this one's quite chewy, but without the taste, and the texture's not quite. Even though it's chewy, it's not quite there either. And I wouldn't say you even get the peanut hit either, really. So this one, yeah. I don't know what to say. I think like it's below average, but I feel like it's just not really a good product, really. This one, unfortunately. Might have a bit of a swig. Yes, it was so dry it kind of caught my throat there. Yeah, not enough caramel in there either. The caramel's really non-existent. It's just about that chewy nougat centre really. I didn't get any peanut taste. I think for me this one's a 1.5 out of 5. It's just not really a good product. It's not really, I wouldn't say it's. I think giving it a 2 below average is just not really, yeah. It's just one of those. Shame that one. Yeah, Pepsi would help. Yes. Yeah, it's a shame that one. It's nice though. An interesting experience. But yeah, definitely not a patch on the others, unfortunately. Yeah, not a patch on the others though. That one, I don't think. Alright, so I've got a bit of an interesting one now. I'm not sure. You have to help me with this one, Rick. I think it's. It's interesting. Got a couple more to do. This one looks like some kind of sweets of some kind, or cough sweets maybe. I'm not sure. Looks interesting. Looks quite nice. Got a lovely design to it. It might be upside down there. Was upside down? I can't. It looked like it was upside down, but then no, it's not. Yeah. Floral chewing gum. So it's chewing gum. This one. So it might. We'll give it a bit of a go. Obviously, I might have to be a bit disgusting and take it out, but we'll give it a go. That's quite nice though. Floral chewing gum. Okay, that's about all we can tell. Yeah, cool products. Oh no, it's gum. Yes, we'll give it a try though. We'll give it a try. Obviously, I might just cut away for a second while I take it out after eating it, but we'll give it a go. Looks very nice, doesn't it? It looks very distinct. Floral though, might be a bit much. So for some would say. But yeah, here we go. It comes in a typical chewing gum type pack. Let's give it a bit of an open. Let's see if that's the old. There we go. So a bit unusual. Don't normally review chewing gum. But you can see here it's got the old sticks as well, so it looks very nice, doesn't it? Look at that. Lovely presentation there. Look at this. It does look quite upmarket. I mean, you say chewing gum for in a posh hotel or something like that, perhaps you might say. Interesting. I like the look of this, yeah. What's the outer pack there? The usual stuff. Some kind of writing on there, I think. I can't tell. Yeah, it's Korean, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, let's give it a bit of a go. So I'm expecting some kind of rosy type taste. There we go. But we'll cut away to, as I say, remove it in a bit. But yeah, smells very, wow. Smells very rosy, maybe. I don't know. Very floral. Acacia. Is that what it says? Was it in English? Did it say that, or was it in? Oh yeah, it does say that, doesn't it? On the other side. Yes, there we go. Let's see that. Yes, acacia. Is that the type of plant then, do you think? Flower? Acacia berry. Yeah, I'm not sure. There's a cartoon in the UK called Banana Man from when I was younger. It's like a Superman, like a kid, and when he ate a banana, it turned into Banana Man. You know? just stupid, you know. But I think he lived on Acacia Avenue, I think. I don't know if it's spelled the same, but it looks like, yeah, I assume that's the flower. Interesting, yeah. I guess it smells of it. It smells very flowery, you know. Could be acacia. Could be anything. Yeah. But it smells nice though. It smells nice. Not quite soapy, so it does come across a bit interesting. Let's give it a bit of a taste then. In Portuguese at least, yeah. I assume it, yeah. I think it will be the same. It's too similar, I think, Joe. Yeah, for sure. It will be the same, I think. Interesting. Well, I think basically it's gum, really, you know, but obviously with a bit of a floral taste to it. It's quite interesting, you know. I think it's interesting. I don't know if there's loads of demand for flower flavoured chewing gum. Maybe so. It's usually a soap thing, isn't it? I think it's fair to say, but but there's not a bad taste to it, to be honest with you. I don't know really what to say about it. It's quite floral. I think that's the gist of it. I mean, I think that's the main thing about it. It's almost like, you know, I don't know, unusual. Well, there are some people eat flowers. So this is true. People do eat courgette flowers and things like that, don't they? Which is a legitimate thing, I think. Yeah. But yes. But yeah, you're right. I mean, you know. Yeah, you remember like you don't chew it. Yes. It's very traditional. It tastes quite traditional, doesn't it? I can imagine it being, like as I say, in you know, I mean, not necessarily it is, but you could imagine seeing it in a bit of a, you know, a sort of you know, a sort of posh hotel for perhaps a clientele that you know, maybe on the, you know, let's say the other side of 50, let's just say, you know, I think is the gist of it. But there's nothing wrong with that, of course. But whether they're eating chewing gum, though, is another matter. So, interesting. It's interesting, I think, is the gist of it. I don't really know how to rate this one. I think it's quite... it is what it is, really, I think, is the gist of it, you know. I don't really know how to rate this one at all. I think I just have to say, you know, I don't think it's really my kind of flavour, but nonetheless, it is. I'll say what it is. I don't think it's... I don't think I can really hold it against it, really. It's not horrible or anything. It's just quite floral, quite odd, really, but quite distinct at the same time. So it's very unusual, very hard one. So, I think a 3 out of 5, I think, for me. I think a 3 out of 5 is the gist of it. But yeah, there we go. So I think what I'll do is I'll just cut away to remove it. So it won't be a second. It won't be a second. Okay, back. There we go, back. Interesting one, that one, interesting. But quite good in a way that wasn't too strong a flavour. Quite good in a way. You're trying your drinks. Well, I was going to review, I think I'm reviewing some of the drinks actually, Rick, today, but I felt a bit like maybe I will do it. I was thinking maybe to do like some kind of drink special at some point, so I was saving them to be honest with you for that or for something. I wasn't quite sure how to do it, so I've not tried them yet. No, because I wasn't sure what to do with them, whether to do some kind of drink special or to review them as part of this. I was a bit undecided really, so in the end I didn't know what to do. So I've not done them yet. No, but they are on the list. I'm just deciding what's the best way, where I should make an event of it or not, or. I don't really know really yet, but yeah, the answer is no. So they're still about. I've still got them. I'm still keeping them to one side. But sometimes I was getting them with some of the snack surprise stuff as well, so I wasn't sure. But then I was kind of drinking those at the same time because they were just one-off, easy. You know, it wasn't really anything special. But I was thinking maybe I should have saved them. So I'm still undecided basically what to do with those, Rick. Yeah, whether we should just drink them or whether to do something with them. Yeah, drink special might be good. Yeah, this is it. Yeah. Might try and do something like that, I think. Yeah, I'll consider what to do with that. As I say, it seemed like there was too many to sort of, to kind of, I don't know. I felt like I could do something special, if you know what I mean, rather than just piecemeal them. So, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, but thanks for those. As I say, not that I don't want to drink them. I just was trying to make sure I didn't waste them, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so last one for today. Yes, last one. We saved the crispiest till last. Yes, this is one, yeah, definitely. So is that the Quebec flag, did you say, Rick? And Canada there. So obviously a Korean-Canada crossover, which I think suits Rick perfectly. Yeah. Use something or others. Maple corn. Some kind of weird blob with maple syrup. And then I think that's the Quebec flag with the Canada flag. And obviously a lot of Korean going on. Save the children as well. Save the children. Yeah, save the children. There we go. And yeah, so obviously, I assume this is an unhappy kid. I don't know if it's actually drawn by some kid. I mean, obviously a bit sad if it is, but nice that they're doing something along those lines anyway, isn't it? There we are. And some calorie information. 364 calories per 74 gram bag, presumably. Lots of other stuff, which I can't read. 74 grams. Looks very nice, though. And a few Save the Children things, haven't we, in these Korean products? It's quite nice. There we go. Awful special, just kidding, yes. I know, imagine that, honestly. Maybe for a 1 million subscriber special. Who knows, yes. Oh dear, awful special. Goodness me. Yeah, they've ripped off your syrup, I see. What if it tastes nice? It's going to be unusual, isn't it? So it's going to be like a sweet, presumably a sweet crisp. Yeah. Canadians always so caring, yes, I see. Honestly. Yeah, save Rick, damn inflation. Well, it's not, yeah, definitely, prices are definitely going up at the moment. I know, not good, is it really? Oh dear. Well, maybe I should put your picture on the back of here, Rick. Maybe that's the next step. Yeah, honestly. There we go. Oh, poor kid. Well, hopefully, as I say, things that, hopefully, I don't know, charity things like that can obviously do go a long way to helping people, so... Interesting one, really. But as I said, they have had a few like that on these Korean products. So it's quite nice that they've done that, really. Oh, it's quite a big bag. You can see it's quite huge. You know, really hefty, this one. Definitely, well, you couldn't knock someone out with it, but it's pretty big. London rain. Yeah, it's foggy, actually, today. You know, people say UK weather's usually foggy. It's not usually foggy, really, but it was actually foggy till yesterday, one or the other. Yeah, it was a bit foggy. Yes, right, let's have a see. So should I put the one on below? I think it might be a bit too small, really. The crisp are a bit of a pain to review sometimes. It's a bit hard to fit on underneath. Let's see what we can do. Let's have a try. Usually have to move it, you see, to open it. There we go. Right, there we are. There you go, you can see there, that's what they look like. You can see the colour change there, look at that. Interesting. So they look quite like beef flavoured Monster Munch from the way it's covered in them. I know it won't be beef flavoured, but they look like that. Yeah. What's the sub? I've been into fried eggs recently, believe it or not. Fried eggs on toast. Been really into. Yeah, with some baked beans as well. I've been into that for quite a lot, believe it or not. So I've been eating. Yeah, that's kind of my thing at the moment. But I've got a couple of things to review. I need to review these today. I think these two Ritter Sports. So whether I have enough calories left for dinner, I don't know, for tea, I'm not sure, but yeah, we'll see. I'm over for Brusque where Jow is. What's it like? Unfortunately, I can't type at the moment, Jow, unfortunately, I can't. 22 degrees, that's not bad. It must be getting into the spring now for you. Wind is blowing from northeast at 6 miles an hour. Humidity is 33%, 43%. It's saying it's 15 in my toolbar thing on my computer, saying it's 15 degrees in Manchester at the moment. Yeah, unfortunately I can't type because my keyboard's far away. But yeah, 15 degrees where it is here, and that's our autumn weather. So it definitely feels like your weather's getting a bit better there, Jow. Right, let's have a look at these then. So I've got quite sort of an interesting shape, these ones. Look a bit, I don't know what they're meant to look like actually. They're meant to look like something, I'm not sure. It's the old... Very mapley smell from them. I always find mapley's a bit too woody for me, to be honest with you. I'm not sure. Are you a big fan of maple syrup, Rick? What do you think? I've had maple, like like a Snickers maple edition or whatever it was, maple butter. Just a bit woody for me. I don't know, a bit varnishy. Interesting, but these are massive things. Look at these big crisps. Big crisps. Yeah. Let's have a see. So might as well measure these. That's a pretty big, a bit horseshoe shaped. Let's see, so the width from widest to widest, or about 5 centimeters basically. Height, about 2.1 almost, and yeah, that's probably about it, really, isn't it? Yeah, 2.1. And height at the top. We did that, didn't we? Not sure what else it is. The width maybe. Be hard to do that. About 3.8. It's a bit hard to do that one. Yes. Yeah, Joe's laughing at us weather-wise. Yes, I mean, what's it like where you are now, Rick? I thought it's quite warm where you are. But yeah, it does come from wood, you're right. Yes, that does explain it. Yeah, it does explain it. Yeah, it does taste that way to me. I mean, it does, I don't know. But yeah, one of those. Yeah, spring equinox has been the 9th of the 22nd, so it's all on the up for you now. It's all downhill where we are, unfortunately. It's going to get darker and darker, yeah, but... Oh well, at least it's on the up for you. Yes, got to appreciate, you know... So you don't appreciate the summer without the winter, do you, I guess? I prefer spring though myself. Spring's the best time. Well, let's give this a go then. Let's see. Quite a solid crisp. Let's see. Interesting. It's another one of these sweet crisps. There's no shenanigans going on here though, like some of the other Korean crisps where, you know, it says like it's a sort of honey flavoured crisp or something, but it has a bit of a very odd taste behind the scenes, something that's a bit odd about it. You know, I mean, you know, don't mean any that too negatively, but the other crisps I reviewed, they've always had been a bit too much of something in them. These ones just taste quite straight up, just a bit sweet, if you know what I mean. There's no other underlying taste to sort of go against the maple taste. It's quite just that really. Quite dense crisp as well. You can see they're quite big. Well, I say dense, there is some air pockets, but quite a big chunky crisp. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of sweet crisps though, to be honest with you. I don't mind. I don't mind sweet stuff, obviously. I like crisps, but I'm not sure if I like sweet crisps. I don't know. I feel like it's a bit strange combination for me. This is kind of what this is. It's a sweet crisp, but it definitely doesn't taste woody. You know, it smells a bit woody because it's maple. It smells a bit varnishy, but it doesn't taste that way. It does taste very sweet. So I think that's just like the syrup, really. It's a nice texture crisp as well. It's quite quite dense. It doesn't really melt in the mouth like I say like a what's it type crisp or whatever, Cheez-Its, whatever they're called in the US. But so the crisp works quite well with the sweetness of it. I feel like it, you know, it is a crisp still. It does come across. It does work well texturally with the taste. I feel like it does. When it disintegrates in the mouth, it will just not work quite as right. Interesting. Weather's nice here though until December. Right, okay. It's not too bad here, but it's one of those where it's a bit sort of, I don't know, let's just say, a bit kind of, it's not bad at the moment, but it's definitely on the way down, if you know what I mean. It really is, yeah. It's that time you put your hands in the dirt, you got some vegetables. I say, are you a bit of a vegetable person then, Rick, as in Jow, as in growing your own stuff? I'd always fancied doing that. My friends do that, but I need to put some serious effort into it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a big problem for foreigners. All the chips are sweet, even Cheetos. See, that's unusual, that's very unusual. Very unusual, that. Yeah. Very strange. I think it's an unusual. Like I was saying before, it's a very unusual combination, really. Like I feel like these ones kind of are sweet, but a bit more chocolatey. Worked well with those, and a bit like churros anyway. These ones, though, yeah, very unusual. But I feel like the crisps work well with them. You know, the sort of denseness of the crisps, the texture of it. Works as well as it could do with the sweetness. But I still feel like it's an unusual combination. It's one of those, it's like you said, I think you need to sort of perhaps it's probably a bit of an acquired taste or an acquired experience. But I feel these crisps are definitely more, they work a lot better than perhaps the other crisps that I've tried. You know, the ones with the sort of the honey fried butter crisps or whatever, or butter fried honey crisps, whatever they were. You know, those ones have kind of, there's been sort of like, I don't know, just a strangeness to them that's been a bit much for me. These ones are a bit more, you know, they are what they are, I think, if you know what I mean. Just taste a bit sweet, but the taste of them is quite good. I feel like they're an unusual one. I feel like these ones could grow on you the more you have them, but I think for me it's a difficult one because I'd have to give them that time. But again, I just feel like maybe it's a bit of an unusual, you know, it's a bit sort of, what's the word? What do they call it? Is it juxtaposition or something? It's just a bit of a strange combination. You know, they seem to almost contradict each other to an extent. Whereas the butter ones, like they didn't, even though they were kind of sweet, but they still taste savoury enough for them to be crisp, whereas these ones are straightforward sweet, so it's a bit of an odd one. Eggs, such a superfood. Have at least 3 a day for years. In 2019, 300 eggs in 2 months. Flipping heck. 300 eggs in 2 months. 5 a day. Goodness me. Goodness me. Goodness me. How do you do that, Joey? I like the way that you really go out. I mean, people used to sort of complain at me for sort of, you know, going all out on certain foods, just a certain type of food, but you do it even better than I do, I think, Joe. It's amazing. Maybe your peanut butter and eggs, 5 a day for free. Well, they're all pretty for 3 months. They're pretty 2 months rather. They are pretty good for you, though, aren't they? You can't really, you know. I don't think it's a problem to have that many so often. I think they are good for you. Sweet Cheetos, wow, yes. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to imagine that, isn't it? Well, these ones are kind of, well, not quite those, but yeah, interesting. Wait till you try a lemon butter chip. Did I have that one? I think it might still be there. Yeah. I feel like I might. Did I try that one though, Rick? I'm not sure if I tried it. Maybe I've not. I think it's still over there. I think I can see it actually. Yeah. I haven't tried it either. Oh no, it's lemon vanilla. Yes, they're still there. I did see them this morning. I was going to grab them, but I got these ones instead. Yeah, I thought, you know, maybe one was enough, you know, to do. Yeah, very interesting, these ones. Very nice. I don't know what to say about them again. They're just so unusual. But I feel like they are what they are, rather than them having a sort of, you know, there's no taste with them or anything like that that's perhaps not what you'd expect, basically. I feel like they do a good job of representing what they are, you know, without sort of diverging from them or having some kind of extra flavour that perhaps doesn't work. But they are a bit strange, if you know what I mean. I feel like it's a difficult one for me to rate them, really. Yeah. Isn't it amazing how it's come out as an animal that's super healthy, etc.? Yeah. I guess because they've just got all the food there for the animal, haven't they? You know what I mean? So they're quite energy rich and quite good for you, because obviously the animal's meant to eat them, isn't it? You know, eat it as it's growing up or whatever. But it is very weird. It is very weird. But I believe even human babies, when still in the womb, have the remnants of what used to be the yolk and things. If you actually, you know, it's very strange to think about, but if you look into it, yeah, there is still the remnants of what used to be, yeah, the same thing. Very strange though, but interesting. That's what I saw that in some documentary a while back. So it's not the same thing, of course, by any means, but you know, on a daily basis, yes. I know they just pump them out, don't they? It's bizarre, isn't it? Yeah, it is very strange. Yeah, there's something that people have, isn't it? Their own chickens, but I don't know. I feel like I'd have too many too many eggs. Well, Joe would be fine, wouldn't he? You know, he'd be fine. Yeah, but for me, as for these crisps, well, I think it's a very difficult one for me. I feel like they do what they do, and they are pretty good. They're just quite sweet crisp, but the texture of the crisp works well with it. I feel like overall it's a good combination of taste and flavour and texture, if that makes sense. But at the end of the day, it's still a sweet crisp, and I think for the moment that doesn't really work for me. But I can't really hold it against it too much. It does taste of maple. It is quite sweet. Not overly so though, but I think for the strange combination for me, I don't think I can really give it more than a 3 out of 5. But it's, you know, I think it's one that could definitely grow on you, and it's definitely something interesting. But I feel like for me, I'd rather have them as a savoury thing. But I think that's just the way it is for me. You know, I think it'd be difficult for me to get past that based on what I've been brought up on. But you never know. You never know. Interesting. A pig and a chicken are amazing. I see. 4 or 5 kinds of meat from a pig. Super animals. Joe would definitely agree as well. I know Joe definitely gets everything. In fact, most of it can, I think, from various animals. I think more cows perhaps, but yeah. Honestly, I don't eat much meat these days. I just, not because, you know, I just don't really. But I do, I say, sausages and bacon are my favourite kinds of meat, I must say. But I don't eat as much as I used to. I'm not trying not to, but I am trying not to, if that makes sense. You know, bacon, ham, sausage, etc. Yes, yeah. And it is the nicest, I think, as well. I must admit. But as I say, these days I'm trying to sort of, you know, I'm just trying to be, I wouldn't say healthier, but I'm just trying to, I don't know, because I just found that I didn't need to eat it really. So I just started thinking, well, if I don't need to eat it, then, you know, why do it? You know what I mean? But I must say, I am very partial to a bacon sandwich and sausage sandwich and stuff like that. Do very much like them, but and pepperoni on my pizzas as well, things like this. Yeah, very difficult to enjoy a pizza without pepperoni, I found, but you know, but there we go. You barbecue beef and pork right outside the centre of the table in Korean restaurants. Quite interesting. Yeah, I've seen that. It does look quite interesting. That. Yeah, I like that kind of thing in a restaurant. I think it's quite nice actually, where they sort of, you know, bake them and things. I'm not a big fan of just live stuff like in some, you know, in Chinese places, maybe some Korean places actually as well. I'm not a big fan of the live stuff where it's just, you know, it's usually seafood, isn't it? You know, but there we are. With air ducts over the table. Yeah, I see. Good experience that though. I think there are some fancy places in the UK that do it, but it's more not a standard thing by any means. Yeah, I think it's more like when it's a, you know, a certain type of restaurant trying to come off with something, if you know what I mean. Interesting though, really. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. Yeah, well, yes, let's see. Well, that's about it for today, guys. Done all the reviews. Got to save something next time, of course. Now just bring the meat to the table and we cook it. Yeah. Oh, right, okay. Well, still quite good. That's still quite nice. That's still an experience, yeah. I think they probably have something like that in the UK as well, but only for fancy places. It's not a common thing at all. You know, it's like a novelty, you know what I mean, not a norm. Yeah. Interesting that though. That's still quite good because you can do it as you want yourself, and it's a nice experience that really. And you're not waiting for them to cook it either, you know, taking ages trying to make you order more drinks. Yeah, thanks so much for this, Rick. Been a great combination of stuff here. Really quite interesting actually. Quite a nice combination. The sweet crisps are a difficult one for me to rate. I still like them, but I don't know, odd, just odd. But yeah, should be there for Stash Watch this week. I don't have anything that I believe will get in the way, so should be fine. Should be back on the ball with Stash Watch. But yeah, it was great to see you all. Great to see you, Rick. Great to see you, Jam. Tracy, of course, and Scarlett. And Scotty from earlier. And Andrew popped in. And Egg, of course, as well. Egg's probably back on the game. But great to see you all, really is. Good to see you all. Hope you're having a good time. Sorry again for Stash Watch this week, but so hopefully we'll be back on track further forward anyway. Great show as always. Oh, thanks so much, Joe. Great to see you again, Joe. Let us know how you get on with with your food antics. Always good to see and hear about. If you do start growing any stuff, let me know. I'd be interested in that. Yeah, your progress with your vegetable patch. All right, guys, take care. There's a 5-second delay or 5-second or 6-second delay between what I say and this and the other. So basically, I might have gone before, you know, when your messages come, I might have already gone basically. So I do apologise. I'm not ignoring you. But yeah, it's really been great to see you all. Great to chat to you all. Hope you enjoyed it. Oh, I see. Yesterday night I had a mango. Have you ever tasted a mango chocolate? No, I don't think I have actually, Joe. Mango chocolate. I did have a mango of something the other day, but I don't think it was chocolate. It does sound I don't think I have. No. But having said that, got like this is what I'm going to review. Buenos Dias, white mango passion fruit. So I'm going to try it soon, Joe. Probably tonight. So there we go. Look out for this one. Just say Buenos Dias as well. I think that's. I think the top bit's in Italian, isn't it? Mango e frutto della passione. There we are. Yeah. So there we go. Yeah. It's just the right timing to ask that question, as if I'd asked you to prep you to ask that one. Yes, well that's a new flavour. Yeah, it does look very good, doesn't it? It does look nice. You had mango chocolate, Joe. Have you had it? Not sure. Yeah, Yeah, it's interesting. It should be good to have that one. Looking forward to that. So, yeah. There's another one as well, just called Hi There Salted Caramel with a raccoon on it. But yeah, that's obviously a bit normal. Caramel salato. Yes, salted caramel. I assume that's Italian, as I say. Yes, it should be good, that one. Yes, so watch the space. I'll hopefully get that one out probably this week if I can. So it should be a good one, that. Yeah. Alright then, Joe, thanks very much for all your help and support, guys. Massively appreciated. As always, click the like button as well if you've enjoyed this one. Really appreciated. And leave a comment as well if you're watching after the event. Great to hear from you, as always. Thanks so much again for your support. Thanks so much, Tracy, for your super chat. Massively appreciated. Oh, and thanks so much, Rick, for sending me all these ingredients, all these chocolates and crisps and things. Massively appreciated as well. And again, thank you to all the members for all your support. So, thank you so much. Right, well, take care, guys. Have a great day. Thanks again, and I'll see you soon. Bye, Joe. Have a good one yourself, and thanks again, everyone. Have a great weekend. Bye.